Yep. Hello, guys. Hope you're all doing well. And I suppose this discussion will be really hot today because we have so many people from different parts of crypto world. Especially today, we will talk about the broker-dominated world and wallets and how people use wallets in different spheres of crypto. Well, to start with, I just wanted to ask Brandon and other guys, how do you think wallets can be used if a broker controls anything? If, well, when you open the kind of app, you see anything, wallet, all the things in one app.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think a lot of people, myself included, got into crypto because we didn't want to deal with brokers. We didn't want to deal with third parties or counterparties. We want to avoid counterparty risk. And so crypto provides a very direct and elegant solution to that. While it may not be for everybody, it seems that more and more people are sort of coming around to that. And I guess while there will always be a large amount of people who want to work with brokers, but it's just kind of like, there will always be people who want to ride in a taxi, but there will also always be people who want to drive their own car. And I figure there's room for everything to grow.
So, okay, let's also continue with Giorgia because, well, Giorgia is from very well-known Hex Trust and they work with lots of big clients all over the world. And funds and foundations, they, I think, also use crypto wallet. What are your customers looking for? What kind of solutions do you provide for them? And what are the trends for the current market now?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. Firstly, I agree with Brandon. So really what we all want, if we believe in digital assets and crypto and blockchain, is adoption, right? Inevitably, with adoption, it means that more and more user types are going to be using this new asset class. And they have different needs, right? You go all the way from the degen. I'm sure we're all familiar with what that means, that they want to use their own wallet, not your key, not your crypto, but all the way to imagine, let's say, an everyday regular user that suddenly can get CBDC, right? Hex Trust was part of the HKMA pilot last year, together with Ripple, Fubon Bank, CodeLab, and Toko, where we piloted a use case that allowed regular individuals to get very quickly a loan against their property, right? Of course, at the end of the day, what they're receiving is crypto in a wallet, right? They don't need to know anything about keys. They don't need to worry about that. It's all about usability. It's all about convenience. It's all about the perceived value of what you're using. So I think bottom line, if we all focus on what's valuable for our clients, then we're going to do it right, so long as we know our clients. So back to then your question of who we serve and our solutions. So Hex Trust, first of all, is a licensed digital asset custodian. We're licensed in several jurisdictions around the world, serve over 250 clients. And those clients range from Dolce & Gabbana all the way to blockchain foundations and investors, right? So they inevitably all have different needs and therefore come to us with very different demands. And we try to accommodate everybody. And I think this is what's interesting about our job, but also challenging, right? How do you cater for everybody? So yeah, I think what we do best is really to also, really listen to our clients, understand the needs, and trying to come up with solutions that are obviously overlap and applicable to many client categories.
Let's also ask Scarlett. Scarlett is a trust wallet, so it's a well-known retail wallet all over the world. I suppose lots of guys use Trust Wallet here too. And Scarlett, can you also share your experience for retail customers, for us as a private users? Because, well, as far as I understand, Trust Wallet is very much popular, and it's more popular than centralized exchanges.
Yes, thank you. Also, I'm the community and growth manager in Trust Wallet. So I believe there will be any audiences in here already be the users of Trust Wallet. So yeah, basically Trust Wallet was founded by our founder, Victor, in 2017. So yeah, in 2017 we had experienced the explosions of ICOs. I believe all the OGs have experienced it. So yeah, our initial ideas for creating wallet is quite simple. We want to help users having some handy tools to manage their tokens on phone. Yeah, that's basically the initial idea. And in 2018, and the ex-founder of Binance, CZ, yeah, he met Victor and saw the potentials of Trust Wallet to be the gateway of the DeFi world in the future. So he decided to acquire it. Yes, and so till today, we have more than 80 million users around the world, and
Very
we
awesome.
have yeah, we have supported more than 110 chains. Yes, and in last year we have published our wallet as service, and to make sure the CeFi platforms themselves can have a wallet infrastructures with a one-step solution. So basically, the Binance Web3 wallet also be our first customers for our MPC, or we can say wallet as service customer. So and in this year, we also have released our smart contract wallet named the Swift wallet. And we offering users have a way to log in the wallet without managing any sacrifice by themselves. So they can log in the wallet by social account, and which is connect to their iCloud or Google Cloud, yeah, which make them more convenient to manage their assets. Yeah. So moving forward, maybe we will also keep more proactively to explore the solutions to be market. I mean, I believe the guest speakers in here are also exploring the MPC wallet for institutions. Yeah, that's also one of our strategy in this year. And besides 2B market, 2C market, we are exploring some, for example, the on-chain data engine by AI model to make our marking more efficient. And also, yeah, just like I mentioned before, the AA wallet make the lower the user barriers to download wallet. Yeah, basically that's what we have done so far. Yes, but we are still open to explore more potentials in wallet industry. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Well, let's move to Annie. Annie has also very cool experience in custodials, and she has managed a very well-known firm that helps corporate clients, institutionals to use MPC as a service. And well, Annie, what is happening in your company, in your sphere of clients? How do you help them with traditional wallets, or maybe you also have some big plans like a Trust Wallet has shared?
Thanks, Victoria. So definitely let me introduce a bit about Custonomy. We are a very young startup in Hong Kong. Okay, we master the MPC technologies and even have our own patent and multi-tier MPC. So basically, most of our clients are from the Web2 enterprise or even Web3 startup. We serve quite a broad range of customer. And the reason why the customer is choosing the solution is, first of all, a lot of people are still very pioneer in the Web3. They are very aware about trust, decentralization. But if they want more people to get into the Web3 project, actually adoption is a very crucial thing. So a lot of customers come to us is they want a more convenient solution, but don't compromise on security, right? Okay. So for the average users to get into their Web3 projects easier. So that's why in the very early days, we already spot out there is a sweet spot between a very high secure personal wallet from a custodial wallet. So we try to leverage the MPC protocol to deploy a solutions that can get the best of the both worlds. So people can still have their self-owned control on the asset, but at the same time, we also put the enterprise have a very good tools for them to serve their customer when there is any problems. So I guess this is also something the Trust Wallet as well doing, and I'm glad that we are also in the right track, right? Yeah. So a lot of people now talking about security is not really about the technology itself. Actually, it's more on the trust, right? We are trying to use a technology to reallocate, to solve the trust issues among different parties. So if it is a user that is very well, have a lot of knowledge in Web3, definitely I will also use a personal wallet like Trust Wallet. And then, but for a lot of people, newcomer, new investor, they probably don't have this knowledge. Then in the market, we need options for them to choose. Either choose from a custodian or choose something that maybe in the middle. And then that's why a lot of customers are choosing a solution as well.
Yeah, thank you for this information. But well, let's imagine that I am a newcomer on the market and I have no information about the difference between a custodial or non-custodial wallet. About what is that, MPC? Who, where? Please share with me the experience. Why your solution should be used for the private user, for the people who is looking for using crypto as a service, who want to pay with crypto, and why do they choose maybe a kind of option you provide? Maybe you can share some features or share with our audience what's the difference between all these wallets and all these solutions from broker-dominated companies and from small companies.
Thanks so much, Victoria. Yeah, it's really great to be here, and very happy to be here on this stage. Giorgia and Hex Trust, we know well, and we worked together over many years. Of course, Trust Wallet I have in my phone. We use it regularly. And Custonomy, it's really great to see the different custodial solutions because, of course, not your keys, not your coins, all of these things are real issues. And when you reach certain sorts of levels or when you are taking also care of other people's funds, it's really important to have all these fail-safes in place. So on our side, Oasis Labs, we are an investor and an incubator of crypto and Web3 projects. And so the wallet, Metaphysic, that we have been developing is really a sort of community-driven project. Because of that, we kind of try to respond to what the community wants. So we've been introducing different features in the sense of, AI trading bots or automated trading bots, also automated, what would you call it? Indexes or insights as to what coins are the app to buy at this time or to sell. So kind of responding to what the users need. Of course, everybody, I think, seeks a more seamless experience in crypto and in Web3. So we see the whole gamut as far as wallets go, right? You have wallets that you don't even know you have, and they're just running in the background of different apps. We have a community of over 20,000 active traders, so we try to respond to their needs or their requests, and so we're continually introducing new features, such as Popcoin, which is our fair launch platform, our AI bot, which is crypto index. And we hope to keep growing from there. We hope one day everybody will have us in their phone like Trust Wallet, and some of the larger players will also want to work with us in a custodial space.
All right, I'll go next. Maybe I'll tackle first for the audience one of the points you made, Victoria, which was difference between custodial and non-custodial.
Yeah, thank you. That might be good because, lots of people are asking about, what they should prefer and where are the keys, are the safest place, custodial, non-custodial, just saving in the pocket.
I think it depends how complicated you want your life to be.
Yeah, that's true.
we like to think as a custodian that serves business B2B, right? So we serve institutional clients. We believe that, from the very beginning of Hex Trust, that was 2018, so we've been around for a while. Key for true adoption of digital assets globally, you have to have the institutional layer to be comfortable and confident using these assets in their day-to-day operations, right? So why should they worry about how they preserve the most sensitive part of their holdings, which is the private key? So this is a string of letters and numbers that basically whomever holds that or the seed phrase can basically recoup access and be able to transfer assets out of a wallet. So basically what we do, we take care of generating that piece of information on behalf of our clients. We do it leveraging a piece of hardware called Hardware Security Module, HSM. It's a battle-tested technology when it comes to safekeeping of encrypted data. Obviously, all this information are encrypted. We can't access them, but we can enable our clients to sign transactions using this piece of information. So this is a custodial model, meaning that our clients are never, or let's say, we save our clients from themselves. This is how I like to think of it, right? We don't give this piece of sensitive information to our clients, therefore, they can't lose it, they can't forget it, they can't misplace it, right? So that's our value. We think our clients really want to worry about growing their own businesses. They want to worry about what they're best at, and we worry about what we are best at, right? Then you have MPC, of course. I think Scarlett and Annie can tell more about that. That's just a different way of generating private keys in a distributed manner. So it's really a different algorithm. Same for signing. So it removes a one point of failure that one could argue could be there with HSM. Even though in the past years, some vulnerabilities have been spotted in different MPC solutions, which, by the way, can be very different. So it's a whole jungle of tech talk, right? I think bottom line here, a retail user, right, probably if you're talking about just worrying about the needs that they have, they want easy UX. They just want to get to where they want to, achieve their intended action as fast as possible. And of course, depending on their level of tech savviness, security also can be a concern. If you are a DeFi user, you kind of want to know what you're signing. Every time you allow a smart contract to interact with your wallet, you may or may not know that you're inadvertently letting them empty your wallet, right? These are concerns that, for example, at XTrust, we integrated MetaMask Institutional. So in collaboration with Consensus, we also integrated Wallet Connect. And we put in place features so that our clients have a sense of how dangerous the smart contracts they're interacting with are. So these are some of the things that we do. Of course, security is paramount for us. But yeah, so a little bit about custodial and non-custodial here.
Yeah, thank you so much for the detailed information. Now, for me as a newcomer, it sounds like a custodial wallet is more safe than, well, I have imagined before. So, Scarlett, what about you?
Yes. Firstly, I'm more than happy to see that more and more institutions with the custody solutions coming to crypto industry. It's indicating that the whole industry is becoming more and more mature, right? But I could see it's undeniable that maybe the institutions or brokers may have more professional means of assets management compared to retail users. But I can see that the whole crypto industry is built on community-driven. I mean, just like the idea of Bitcoin. I think it's the essentials of all cryptos. So, which means I think the crypto initially gained the popularity based on it provide more freely tradings or liquidity environment compared to traditional financials. So I think yes. I don't know if it's a little bit constricted to the information or the value transactions path dominated by the big companies. yeah, somewhere it's like this. So I think maybe we are targeting different user bases for the institutions or like the trust wallet, the 2C retail wallets. Yes, I think maybe the large companies or institutions are serve the customers who view crypto as their partial assessment allocation assets. Yeah. So, but our target users are those who are more proactively seeking the offer invest in all crypto. Yes. I think these two kinds of target user base are relevantly not low or overlap. Yeah. So I think our roles are more complement instead of compete to each other. Yes. That's what from our view what we can see the threaten from the institutions' custody solutions. Yeah.
Yes, okay. So actually, I very agree with what Giorgia and Brendan just mentioned about, and Scarlett as well. So back to Victoria's questions, right? So as an end user, actually, we came across a lot of customers. To be honest, they don't really care about the technologies behind. The first thing they want to see is convenience, right? Okay. But in the past 10 years, I don't want to repeat the painful experience that a lot of people may have, but in the past 10 years, there really some incident happened. Whenever there's incident happen, actually, if you notice the statistic of the wallet downloading figures, right, it will trigger a lot of people to rethink about whether convenience is the only criteria that when they choose a wallet. Okay, so they will start to looking at how I can get more control, right? So do I fully trust a single party to help me to manage everything? Of course, especially in a lot of centralized exchange, they have an incident, right? Of course, if we find a very good partners like Hastrust, then we have no worry. But still, there is a lot of users. They may want to try to own their asset, try to have more control on it. But at the same time, they also don't trust themselves because they will lose their key, they will forget their password, whatever. So that's why we always think there is a room that we can allow a different party to share this counterparty risk. And at the same time, we can minimize those counterparty risks. At the same time, we can also share the trust among the people. So we are a technologies company. We try to leverage MPC technologies and then try to find out a good model to deploy different options for the customers, right? So we can do custodial, we can do non-custodial. It really depends on the customer's choice, on security. And one more thing that also determines what kind of wallets they use is the use case. So right now in this environment, trading is the most relevant use case in crypto area, right? So that's why the market, the exchange dominant wallet is a very good option for the customer. But in fact, there's a lot of different use cases like in Oasis Lab, they have a social community. It is very hard to imagine to use to use an exchange dominant market wallet to connect to the SoFi, right? So in some of these use cases like gaming, like SoFi, all these, we have a lot of customers, they will start to think whether it is a custodial wallet can help. So that's why we also provide them a non-custodial technologies that they can allow them to create a white label wallet to their end user to increase the adoption as well as the customer experience. So I think this is something that we can see the market is going to that trend. And then a lot of the wallet player, besides thinking about the security, it is always number one. As a wallet provider, we have to make sure that everything is secure. We use the most high-end technology behind, but at the same time, we have to take care about the user's experience. Because if without their adoption, no matter how secure it is, it will just serve a little amount of people.
Well, as far as I understand, there are two main points for the customers, and it doesn't matter what is the type of the customer. The first one is the wallet should be safe. And the second one is that the wallet should be very convenient and user-friendly. So it doesn't matter what the clients are looking for, it should be very simple for adoption. But well, due to we have so many options in the market, and due to the wallet industry is going to change and is going to expand more and more clients, customers, etc. What do you think about the regulation? Because, well, centralized exchanges, they work on a very competitive field and they do so many things to be compliant. What about the wallets? How can you share the experience of regulation of the anonymization of crypto wallets? How the addresses can be used if a client wants to be non-public or all your clients are public?
Thanks, Victoria. It's a great question. So we've always tried to provide convenience and access to our community, and we'd like to say it's a WeChat wallet or WeChat enabled wallet. So we try to be able to connect the community, as we know that Web3 in general is very social or community driven. As far as regulation goes, it tends to be very location specific, or let's say jurisdiction specific. Which actually, at the end of the day, in our global world, still offers a lot of flexibility and a lot of access. For example, I may not be able to access my Binance account from certain, using certain phone numbers or certain sort of link-ups, but from other ones I can. I haven't changed. It's just the access point that changes. So figuring out how to provide the right flexibility for people, I think is really where we try to service the community. At the same time, as I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of us got into crypto because we want to do this, ourselves. If we think about, that opening scene from The Wolf of Wall Street, right, where, Matthew McConaughey is talking to him about, they just stay on the carousel. We don't care if they win money or lose money. We get our fees, right? So the broker-dominated world, everybody, brokers make their fees regardless of whether or not investors, win or lose. So it's nice to be able to try to sort of bring that circle back in and help everybody have access and their own sort of onus on that.
Because I suppose sometimes brokers can dominate and they are not friendly with the regulation for companies that are for retail customers. Maybe Giorgia and Annie can share the experience how the big companies can help to be more secure and to be, well, I don't mean fully compliant with the regulation, but more, the more safe the more people you can attract. So please share the experience.
Sure. I would say that if you are, as you call it, a big company or if a broker that really wants to establish itself on a global scale, probably they would want to be regulated. Probably they would want to go to a reputable jurisdiction, establish themselves, and then work with other regulator partners. We see this every day in Dubai. So in Dubai, Hex Trust is the first regulated custodian there. We were almost there even before the regulation kind of came together. We worked very closely with the regulator. It was a great experience. I don't think I would have ever said those words, but yes, it was a great experience to work with a regulator because the approach of VARA, there are different regulations in the UAE, but basically VARA, Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, is where we're regulated, and the experience of shaping that regulation together was really great. They really wanted to learn and regulate use cases versus what we see in other jurisdictions where the regulator is trying to regulate the asset or based on asset type. Like we want to regulate a security token versus, a digital payment token, for example, like Singapore does. In Dubai, the approach was more, I want to understand what a broker does, I want to understand what a custodian does, I want to understand what exchange does, an advisor, an issuer, and they went ahead and regulated use cases. And basically, I would say then, back to the original point, what we would see is that if you really want to grow your business as a broker, then you would go where there is a good regulation for it, you would get regulated, and then you would work with other regulated counterparties. And as a custodian that serves institutional clients, we want to be regulated. We want to have a framework which, alongside everything else that we do, penetration testing, SOC 1, SOC 2 certifications, audits in and out, that really shows that we have been vetted, right? In Hong Kong, unfortunately, that's not the case just yet. There isn't a regulation for custodians. We hope there's going to be one very soon. Guidelines came out recently. We looked at them, was like, okay, that's exactly what we're doing already. Just give me a license already. So we hope that's going to happen. But for now, we just keep expanding our global footprint and get regulated where we can.
So thank you, Scarlett. Annie?
Yeah, thank you for your sharings. So yeah, about the regulations, it's quite a sensitive topics. So I believe at the present situation, actually we can see all the explorations of regulators focus on DeFi are still in a really early stage. We can see, yeah, we don't have any natural directions to obey with, right? So I think the tool, I mean the technique itself are not malicious. I mean, it depends on how we use it, right? So I think what we need to do now maybe is we can help to identify what's the necessary points to increase the regulatory overseas to mitigate the risk of illegal funds enter into crypto with its nominal features, right? So, for example, when it comes to our features like the fiat on or off ramp, we need to, we just cooperate with the local agencies who had the license to do the stuffs. So, which means in the certain step, you need to KYC. But in other DeFi steps, maybe you can without it. So, I mean, that's what we can do so far. But we are still open to regulations to explore more, to see how could we manage this industry more secure. Yeah.
So from our point of view, actually, all these regulation coming out did impact our business customers, right? They have to implement a lot of different KYC, ML process. But from a technology provider point of view, we always believe that the ultimate responsibility to ensure everything is compliant, it should be on the business side, right? So let's say Hestrus, definitely they're doing the whole custodian business, so they have to taking care about all this compliance issue. But as a technology provider, sometimes we have different location and jurisdiction, but from technology side, what we need to provide is how we can provide some feature for the business owner to handle the wallet if there is compliance issue happening. So how the enterprise can still have a certain kind of control when there is issue happening, how they can react from the wallet features, right? From the features that the wallet can provide to them. So from our side, what we are doing is actually also during our research and development, we already include this idea. So in our whole MPC technologies, we already allowed the enterprise to input their business rules and at the same time to enhance the way that they can handle when there is issues happening. And we are sort of like doing a compliance-friendly technology, okay, to help the enterprise to be easily incorporated with the regulatory requirements.
Well, thank you all, guys. As far as I understand as a newcomer again, the summary of the future of crypto wallets is that, well, crypto wallets are not the place where you can just send money. You can also do lots of things, especially depends on the type of client. Additionally, what I want to ask is that, well, it's just not for the discussion, I just want to think about it. What about you guys? What will you prefer? To save your kids with you, or to work with lots of big companies and to be on the safest place all over the world? Because when you have the partner, custodian company, or Oasis Labs as a community manager, or a trust wallet for retail, you're in the community. And when you share your keys with anyone, and when you share the assets, now I think it's better. Because, well, you cannot control anything as a person, and you cannot control anything as a company. That's why the broker-dominated world is going to be more and more regulated, and that's why we attract people to this conference and to the crypto-related world. I'm very thankful for you guys. Hope you all have a cool conversation. And I think the time is up, and we can continue our discussion with the audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, our speakers. So please kindly stay. Please stand up for a photo.